This is Midweek Liberty, and we have a quick special for you regarding why silver destroys evil. I'm J. Dylan Proctor.
And I'm Anthony Allegria.
And Anthony is dressed as Ben Shapiro this evening, in light of the season and where we're at in the time of year. And he's got his nice little kip on, he's got the top button on his collar there unbuttoned, and he's wearing a nice little coat, and I think that's a good look. That's a good look for Anthony. That's a good role model of someone of his age.
Dylan is also dressed up, although you may not be able to tell always. He's wearing his jacket and tie as he normally does, but he's also wearing a cape. And this is in the effort to look like a vampire, but I feel like he looks like a vampire all the time anyways, so...
Well, if people are going to dress up, they might as well have good taste. This is just my normal clothes with the addition of a tape. And I wear red vest all the time, so it kind of works out.
So anyways, why does silver kill monsters?
All right, so this is a really interesting question, but let me just start off by giving people some context. If you go and you watch some B-grade horror movies, you read some stories, you read novels involving werewolves, involving vampires and other monsters, you can find this theme where silver, whether it be silver bullets, something like a silver crucifix, or just any sort of general weapon of silver, a silver dagger or something, is used to kill, or is necessary to kill a vampire or a werewolf or some other monster. We see this all throughout our world. And the reason that we have this is actually a pretty interesting one. But we've got some pictures for you.
For those listening to the podcast, we have some pictures of your typical B-grade werewolf here from a very old movie. And here we have a more suave-looking werewolf, but obviously he's very cheesy as well. And
those who can't see it, you can use your imagination. Imagine every cheesy werewolf and vampire ever, and you've pretty much got your fix for it. Werewolves are something that's really hard to pull off in film. Even the more expensive films, they tend to use a lot of CGI and have the werewolf moving around quickly because it's not something that one can really aesthetically pull off where it looks that believable. It usually comes across very cheesy. So the B-grade representations are pretty much anything that we're bound to get in this life.
Silver destroys evil in all kinds of forms.
Yeah, and we see this even in things like a vampire not being able to see themselves in the mirror. Silver used to be used in making mirrors, and that's why vampires couldn't see themselves. It was always that evil things are destroyed by silver. So back to the main question, why is silver used to destroy evil? Where does that come from? Well, it actually comes from the story where Jesus is betrayed by Judas. And we've got a quick reading from you out of Matthew 27. And Anthony, if you would read verses 3 through 10 for us real quick.
Then, when Judas his betrayer saw that Jesus was condemned, he changed his mind and brought back the 30 pieces of silver to the chief priest, saying, "I have sinned by betraying innocent blood." They said, "What is this to us? See to it yourself." And throwing down the pieces of silver into the temple, he departed. And he went, and he hanged himself. But the chief priests, taking the pieces of silver, said, "It is not lawful to put them into the treasury, since it is blood money." So they took counsel and bought with them the potter's field as a burial place for strangers. Therefore that field has been called the field of blood to this day. Then was fulfilled what was said and spoken by the prophet Jeremiah, saying, "And they took the 30 pieces of silver, the price of him on whom a price had been set by some of the sons of Israel, and they gave them to the potter's field, as the Lord directed me."
All right, so in this story we can find why silver is a curse to things which are evil. Silver takes life and it destroys things which are evil. It's sort of the antithesis of evil. And it all comes from Judas. He wants to betray Jesus. He goes and he gets paid in silver to betray Jesus. And then he realizes what he has done and he regrets it. He goes and he tries to give the silver back, but he can't. The silver is this reminder. It's his curse. It's this black spot that he has which says, "You have done a great evil." And so he throws it down on the ground. And even the priests who are there, they look at this and they say, "This is blood money. It can't go into the temple. There's something about this which is contaminated." And silver in that story gets contaminated as something which is a horrid reminder of evil, of the evil that they do, of evil monsters, of the evil that they do. And evil monsters can no longer touch silver. It's a reminder of what they are. It exposes them. And it destroys them, it kills them. So the origins of why silver is the tool of choice, whether it be silver bullets, whether it be showing a vampire a mirror, or whether it be taking a silver spade and stabbing through someone's heart, that is where it comes from. It comes from the story of Judas and his betrayal.
So what good can we take from tonight's Halloween special?
Well, essentially we can learn this. We hear these stories, we hear all sorts of things in our world, And most of the time, people don't generally take the time to research and learn why. And that's fine. There's a time and place for us to be entertained with something like why does silver kill monsters? But as the people, we need to really have the skills for being critical thinkers. We need to, whenever we see something we're not familiar with why things happen or what the roots of it are, go and research things. Don't be somebody who ascribes to critical theory where you just criticize everything. You see oppression and power and forces of manipulation everywhere, but be somebody who's a critical thinker, which says, why is the world like it is? Why are things there? Why are these things in pop culture? Why are these things missing? So that's your takeaway from tonight. Always be a critical thinker and research everything you can. The truth will truly set you free. And on that, have a blessed day.